this is Jilly with Stampin' with Jilly. I thought I would continue the series on Resist. And I have these two cards. They're both quite simple. One of them is a girly card and the other one is a little bit more of a masculine card. And I will show you I'll show you all of this one, and then this one, the inside, I will have it almost done, and on my blog I'll put the finished image. So let's start with the girly card, which is this one right here. And I have everything here. Here's the ribbons. And here is, don't forget to use your embossing buddy, very important. And then over here I have all of the dies to make the flowers. And this die set is carrying over to the new annual catalog. It's called Poppy Moments. So let me show you about the dies. So for the dies, for the black paper, I did the little flower centers. Just like that, ran them through the Big Shot. This piece here is this, and I did it on the white. Right here. And this one goes right there. I did that also on the white. What else do I have over here? This one is for the vellum to put the color on there, and then also for the white. So right underneath here, see how there's white? So I'll do that one on the white too. This big one, the same thing, it's the big bold one. That goes right there on the white too. And also on the vellum. And the leaves, these are really kind of fun. It's a bold image and then a detailed image. And that is for right here. And I'm using two different color greens. I'm using Clover, Call Me Clover, and Shaded Spruce. Call Me Clover, Shaded Spruce. So I have all of those cut out. This vellum is something a little bit new in the last annual catalog to Stampin' Up. It is called Perennial Essence, and it comes in olive, petal pink, and I think it's Daffodil Delight. I'm looking to see if it says it on here. Nope, but I'm pretty sure it's Daffodil Delight. It's a pretty yellow color. Okay, so let me get these all out of the way, and then we'll start making the card. Lots of little pieces. I don't want to lose any of them. Okay, so here's the base paper. Fold that in half. Let me get this closer. And for the words, do your embossing buddy. Let's stamp it in Versamark ink. Where is my friend? And then I'll put it into white embossing powder. Uh-oh, Dad's home. I might have to let the dog out. Okay. And now I will use my heat tool to set that. Hold on just a minute. Bo, come. Bo. Okay, so here it is all done, and that's going to go right here. I first tried doing it in white, and I don't think I like how it came out as much. It's not quite as vibrant. To me, it gets a little bit lost in there. So I'll stick with this one. Okay, and let's see. So I'm looking at all the pieces, all the layers as we go. This is how the foil designer paper starts out. And I'm going to use a brayer, which is this thing right here. And I was trying to decide what color to put it in. I kept on wanting to do blue, but I always do blue. And I ended up trying to do it in a real neutral color so that the flowers would stand out. And you just go back and forth. And when you get your brayer, it comes with this part being a detachable. But one note, when you go to load up the sponge with ink, don't push too hard, because I've had class stampers who have pushed so hard that this went into the stamp pad and it took gouges out of the stamp pad. And I don't want that to happen to you. So the first one that I was applying the ink with the brayer, it was taking too long, so I just took the ink pad and put it right into there, and that worked out fine. You could see a little bit right here that it's very strong there. I think it's still worth it, so if you want to, you could do that too. Okay, so finish brayering, and I have one already done, and it doesn't take long at all to dry. I'm going to put that somewhere so I don't get ink all over everything. Okay, so the one that is done is right here. And use your adhesive to attach this piece. I wanted a little black layer so it would somewhat frame the piece of designer paper. Also, because I have the words in black and the flower centers in black, it brings it all together, so it's a bit matching. So that's the same size piece. Done with that. And I would put this on, but I want to wrap the ribbon around. Well, we could do that now. So this is the copper trim, which is a lot of fun. Sad to see it going away. And this is called Sahara Sand, what are they calling this? Woven Threads trim. So here are some pieces already cut. Watch this stuff. Did you know that it could separate and you can make it look like a fishnet? Isn't that fun? And this is also kind of fun. So it's good just like that, but I wanted it to look more like tassels. I don't know why. I like it. So you just pull this piece off. Look how easy this is. Okay, now it's tassels. And you can use that if you want. Maybe I'll hang on to it. Okay, so this goes right across the middle. And this goes across the middle. And I'm going to use glue dots to attach these. And then I'll follow up with tear tape to really hold it down. Let me see if I put this right on here, if it will hold. That might be a better way to do it. Yes. I'm trying my best to get this under a half an hour. And then here's the copper trim. Copper trim. Very good. So they both have glue dots on them. So now I will just wrap it around, and I'm going to put it about in the middle. It's okay if it's up a little high or down a little low, as long as it's straight. And then the same with this one, right over the top. So when Tony saw this card, he goes, well, who made that? Who designed that? And I knew where he was going with it. I knew he was, in other words, saying, I don't like it. But that's okay. It's really different for me. I don't know that it's my favorite, but in some ways I really like it. So I'm just going to pretend like I really like it. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's different. It's just really different. Now, it's the first time I'm using the flowers, and I like those. I like it with the vellum on it. Okay, lots of adhesive. So this is the card front. In the inside of the card, I'm using a set that's going to be retiring. I just went through all my stamp sets, pulled out the ones that are retiring. I have so many bundles. I have so much that's going away. And I thought, well, in the month of May, I'll go through and I'll use all the sets that I haven't used yet that are retiring. Well, it's a lot. It's 3 baskets full. And most of them are bundles, which is good, but it's too much. Anyhow, so this set is called I Say Hello, and has a lot of cute corner stamps in it. But look at this one right here. Doesn't that look like the flower? Yeah. Therefore, that's going to go on the inside. So this is just an inside layer. Okay, and I'll stamp this in just a minute. So for the flowers,
Huh?
What?
Are you zooming?
No, I'm not zooming. I'm YouTubing.
Huh?
I'm YouTubing.
Oh.
So these are the flowers, and these are the pieces, the dies that I showed you. And this I will do 2 of these leaves per card, and I'm going to glue them together. And the flower, see all these pieces? I'm going to glue them together, except this bottom piece I'm going to put a dimensional under there so it's popped up a little bit. And this is that vellum, so you can kind of see through it. So I have the flowers almost all done over here off to the side. Look how nice these turned out. So like I said, I'm going to put a dimensional in the middle to pop up the flower right here, and it won't be seen. And then I'll put this right on top. Same with this one. And I glued these just a few minutes ago. And that will sit right on top. Okay, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals under here and here. This edge stuff is just as good as the rest of it. But before I put these onto the card, I'm going to decide where I want the leaves. So I like this one kind of sticking up here. And I like it off of the frame. And then this one, I'm going to pretend like this is a stem. This one I'll put on dimensionals. And I'll put it right about here. And then this one I'm going to put flat. So I'll put this one about here, leaving room for the flower to go on top, and I want this little bottom piece to look like it's a stem for this poppy. Isn't that nice? Okay, so for these flowers here, this flower, I'm going to put these leaves, I'm going to tuck them in a little bit. It's kind of a shame to cover up that much, but in the end it looks good. And so now I'll put some glue dots on here to hold it down. Okay, 2 glue dots on each and dimensionals on the flower. I'm going to kind of set that off to the side, and I'm purposely going to try to cover up some of this, cover up this little end piece, but keep, oh, I want some of that to show too. Okay, and now for the words. So this is going to go right about here. So it's going to be half glue dot and the other half dimensional. So here's a dimensional for the side, and then this side will get a glue dot. Isn't that pretty? I was kind of inclined to put bling on it, and it's like, nope, that's not the style of this one. Okay, so the outside is done. So for the inside, let me find my inside paper, it's right here. I will use this corner that has a poppy looking flower on it. I'll use the bow, the candles, and the happy birthday. Okay, so this is the corner, and I'm going to use the blends just a little bit to add a hint of color. So if you, oh, I did a smudge. If you like this stamp set, get it sooner than later before it goes away, so you can enjoy it like I am right now. Okay, I'm going to leave the memento open because I'm going to do the bow in memento. So for the happy birthday, it is done in Call Me Clover. This color is going away too. Oh, that turned out nice. Okay, and the candles. This is a stamp pad that has the gouges from the brayer. Can you see that? That's a good bad example. Don't do that. Not that I did it, but I saw it happening. It's terrible. Okay, so now we just need the bow. And that's done memento right underneath. Good. Okay, and so the blends I'm going to use are right here, and I'll list them on my blog. Okay, so it's done. All colored. And this gets attached to the inside. That one is the finished, completed card. Now here's this one. Let me know if you like this card. I do, but I don't. But I'd love to hear from you. Well, if you don't like it, I don't know if I want to hear from you. I'm kidding. Okay, so this one is done. This one is more the girly version. So I'll put these off to the side. I still kind of like that. Somehow, something. And the next one is this one. This one I'm going to use a ribbon slide on it, which is really old. If you place an order, let me know if you want the supplies to make this card and I'll send you everything you need. So here's the supplies, and I used this natural ribbon trim, which is part of the Magnolia pack, which turned out perfect. But I also have this corduroy, which works perfectly. And this is retired, but once again, if you like that with your ribbon slide, just let me know. Maybe on this one I'll do the ribbon slide. Okay, so for the designer paper, we're going to use 3 different brayers. One for navy, one for spruce, and another one for sand. So to do that, because the navy ink is on there, let me get navy. So it's the same idea that we did with the other one. Navy. And drift a little bit into the middle and then back up to the top, and that will make it look soft and a graduated color saturation. Okay, that looks good. And next is the sand. And I don't want to go over this ink on here too much because the brayer might pick it up. Oh, that looks nice. Okay. And then finally for the spruce. And the spruce I need to change to this brayer. So to remove it, I'm trying not to touch it because you know I just had ink all over it. Hold down this part. The plastic is flexible. Okay, so that one is out. And this one is in. Hope I have ink on me. Simply Chamois. Get me cleaned up. Okay. Here is a brand new ink pad. It's hard to open. Here's spruce. And I'm trying not to cover up that little bit of sand right there in the middle. Okay, that's all it takes. Okay, and then this piece goes on to the layer of navy to kind of frame it. Good. And now for the ribbon slide. This is the inside. I'm going to use that other ribbon. See how that goes. So here's the ribbon slide. It goes there. And here. I'm all dirty. And it doesn't matter where you put it at this point because you can always move it around. That's going to go right across here. So I could use glue dots, but I'm going to see if this will hold. And then I'll put the tear tape over it just to make sure it stays in place. So I'm kind of covering up all the sand. I'm going to put this down a little bit lower than planned. And I didn't put adhesive there. Changed my mind, huh? Okay. So, there is the ribbon and the ribbon slide. Make sure it's straight. It's kind of hard to tell because these the designer paper is on purpose a little bit random. Okay, and then tear tape, which is somewhere real safe, right there. And this tear tape is going to stay on here. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals because the card is so simple. I'm trying to make it just a little bit fancier. Okay, here's dimensionals. Should I use an edge piece? Yeah. And like I said, you could do this with any paper that you heat emboss, and then just use the resist technique on it. It doesn't have to be this one, but I'd love to send some your way. Just let me know. So here's the base paper. No, I don't want to get ink on this. Okay, so put this on here. And these are inside papers, and on my blog I will show completed pictures of the inside, and it'll be really simple. I'm trying to keep this one real simple. So with this die, which is in the So Sweetly, Stitch So Sweetly, I'll run it through 2 times, one time for the Hello Friend, which is heat embossed, and then I'm going to run it through a second time. And you're probably saying, wait a minute, those are the same size, but I do have a plan. So here they are done, and yes, they are the same size, but what you can do is take this, cut it like that, and you could do this with any die and any punch that you have. I couldn't find something that worked for a little bit larger, so I resort to things I know. Use the same one and just do this stretch. It's like a stretched limo. Okay, lots of adhesive. And then you could see all the pieces. And this conveniently has the little stitching on the side. So I'm going to line this up with the stitching. Good. Good. Isn't that cool? Okay, and look at the back. It doesn't matter how crazy you get on the back because it's all hidden. And this goes on with dimensionals. But if you have just one piece of fancy favorite designer paper, or if you want to do something like this, oh, I kind of like it down there. Should I put it up here? Should I put it off to the side? No. How about right there? Oh, that's nice. You can make just any, if you have some big words greeting, look how nice that is. Very simple. Well, thanks for tuning in. I have one more class on, or YouTube video on resist, and it is using the flowers. I have them somewhere real safe right now. But until next time, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye.